Okay, we are up and running. Good evening, Is it evening? What time? We're at 4:15. It is afternoon. Welcome to this week's quick episode of Finding Things Within and Without. We are up to episode number 22. Numerically and numbers, if you think numbers speak in any way whatsoever. 22 is carry on. Right path. Forge ahead. So, that's what we're going to do today for a minute. You can see a blank screen over here next to me because any of you that are already watching from the Institute of Natural Philosophy will recognize the screen name over there. But I had to take a phone call. Let me open the chat. Say hey to everybody. There we go. Sarah, thank you for popping in. I know you're making tacos. I expect a couple by Amazon drone here by the end of the stream. I'm starving. Tammy's working. Keep working. We're going to be here a while. We're just going to hang out. I have a little downtime. It's been a very busy week in the real world myself. And, it's what day is it? It's Thursday, and we haven't even done an episode. So, yeah, you see Sarah. So we've got Catman here on 44%. Sarah knows what I'm talking about with numbers. Yeah, you do. 44%. That's a number of selection and protection. Yeah, chosen. Catman, Catplan. Indeed, he's over there. He went and took care of something because I said, "Hey, man, I'll be right back." And my friend over in Auburn, who I'm assisting with some stuff in the real world, moving and working, and I had just a moment to sit down, and so I was like inviting Catman. And anyway, I had to take that phone call, and I said, "Hey, man, I'll be right back." So I'm sure he was just like, "Yeah, whatever." After a minute, but he'll be back as well. And we're going to hang out. So Catman is instrumental over on our Institute Discord. I guess I can give everybody else watching. Let me check him on Discord, see, where are you? Say, all right, look. Hey, I'm back. Let me know. There we go. We'll get him. So I'll talk good about him before he gets here. Then I can rip him. Yeah, right. Chosen tacos. I bet those are good. I bet y'all, Sarah, I get recipes and pictures from Sarah. We should probably, with your permission, I want to share those creme brulee glass balls you made. They were I got the recipe. There he is.
Yo.
What's up, dude?
Just trying to check my balance. I spent some money and my balance hasn't taken out yet.
Oh.
So, and they're busy right now. They're like, the wait time is 15 minutes. I'm like, so the web's not updating. They're busy. How much do I have?
The banks have shut down, That's
right?
what I think every time the cell phone service goes out now. I'm like, it's happening.
Every night the web goes down for like 12 seconds. Like, holy shit, it's them.
Right. So,
get
Sarah, our... Listen, there's some audio notes.
Sarah, right?
Yeah, Sarah from Universal Veiled. Listen, yeah. I've got one quick audio note for you since we didn't chat before I press go live. Are you on echo cancellation? Do you still check your audio? Do you see your audio tab? Can you bring up your audio settings at the very bottom?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. You're the only one on here.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, Echo's off.
Okay, try clicking it. Let me
if
see.
You're
what,
not
see what
using headphones. If there's echo, make sure everyone's without headphones.
But I'm picking up something, and sometimes clicking that button will take away the.
How about this? Is this better? No.
It's the same. Okay, no worries. It's just standard background, bro.
Gotcha.
Amy, what's up, Amy
better?
WC? That is a little bit, yeah. Okay.
How about now?
Yeah.
Cool. It's just my mic was turned up, so it's picking up the fans.
Oh, right. I got it. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I've got books for mine, so it stands appropriately, nice. And I hear that still sounds fine, right? But I've picked up like a cigarette the microphone habit,
absolutely.
And so
absolutely.
I kind of go that way. So listen, guys, welcome everybody. I usually do the first 10 minutes. I know you've seen a couple of shows. I'm going to introduce you. That's what I was in the middle of. Just so everybody at home kind of knows your association anyway, what you're
All
doing
right.
here. Yeah, I just invited him on to say hi, everybody. So let me finish with those intros. Now he said hi to Tammy, Amy, and Sarah. Yes, a fan. That's right, Sarah. That's what. So Sarah's head of our PR over there at the Institute of Natural Philosophy. And what she said here was, y'all join us on Discord if you haven't already.
Oh, sure,
And
sure.
yeah, so public chat is what you want to click, right? And there you go. There he
I
is.
can link the Discord as well, guys.
Yeah, there he is. So there you go. Link the Discord. He'll throw it here in the chat. So Catman has been instrumental in our Discord as we've sort of been. Well, we revamped it. I don't know, man. It was maybe 3-4 months ago. Nothing really revamped. We've got many other people, Guy, that are instrumental. But Catman came on when we sort of went to adding a few folks. And the reason Catman came on is because I'd known him from other folks' Discords, right? Ill Scholar.
Dan Brown.
Yeah. So we've known each other for, gosh, man, in the
Yeah.
digital sense for, I'd say a year and a
I
half.
think because I had to recreate my Discord. Yeah, about a year and a half now. Just
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I had to recreate my Discord, and since I rejoined Dan Brown's channel as the same person with a different user account, they kicked me. So I'm at Dan Brown's. But yeah, and then I found Scholar. I forget where I found him. Probably around Dan Brown.
Oh, is
And then I
that Dan
found
Brown?
in
You
there.
mean that was debunking?
Yeah, debunking. Yeah,
Yeah.
One of his admins kicked me, not him per se.
Yeah, he
But-
tells me, I met him, when I met him in person, he tells me he's hardly ever on there.
Yeah, for sure, I bet.
So I take him at his word. But that, to the point, Dan being who he is, man, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a single father, right? And
Yeah.
I sort of knew Dan's backstory, and
Absolutely.
people are easy to read, man. No matter what their content
Absolutely.
is, right, bro? You can read people, and
Yeah.
so I could read Dan as sort of straightforward, good dude in the general
Good
sense,
dude.
despite
Yeah.
his image, right?
Yeah.
His image is part of the shtick. It's what
Yeah.
it's what he does, right?
Mhm.
But and effectively in a lot of ways. My point being, it was a place before I started sharing digitally, like on all these platforms we're now streaming on. By the way, Rumble, shit, dude. I'm sorry, I was waiting, and now I got to start stream on Rumble. Sorry, Rumble, we're late. You missed all the ballyhoo at the opening.
The ballyhoo.
The ballyhoo, the cutting
That's
up.
Goodwill Hunting. What a great movie. Institute for Natural Philosophy.
Now, see, I'm probably knew ballyhoo from like Disney's Robin Hood or something.
I knew that from there's an English psychiatrist that Will Hunting is supposed to go to psychiatry or go to jail, and he's just fucking with all the psychiatrists. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
You know from Disney, you said?
I was making a joke about like my age. So I said I probably know it from like the Disney's Robin Hood, which is a really cool
39,
cartoon.
going on 40 in February.
Okay, so I'm 47 in July, so a month from less than a month from now. Yeah. That's my age. So where was I? Yeah, I introduced you, everybody. There's Moss.
Catman, Christos,
Moss.
nice to meet you
We
all.
might took a look at those masks. I haven't opened I saw you sent me some pictures of some masks today. So we're just going to kind of throw a bunch of things together. Welcome, everybody, to episode 22. I have been very busy this week. Lots going on in the real world, but continuity. And I didn't want to go a week without getting one of my episodes. I have a couple of live streams booked already this weekend with or recordings. They may be both with Dave from Dave's Multiverse, 1 p.m. on Saturday, 1 p.m. on Sunday. Then we have the roundtable as usual on Saturday night, and then Ricardo and I usually record on Sunday night. So the weekend's looking shot, and I'm going to be busy helping a friend move. Where'd he go? All right, he knows how to come back. Helping a friend move all tomorrow in this torrential. You can't see it because of the way I turned off my front lighting right now, but we are under a tropical depression that is bringing, dude, they just upped it to down around South Alabama where this mound site is. I'm trying to get to go see 16 inches possible between now and tomorrow. Where I sit, they've upped it to 5 to 10 inches. It started at 5. Now they're saying 10. I'm sitting here. I've been watching this beaver pond you can see from my front porch, and it's already like, the houses next to it. I'm like, man, this is going to be bad. But if you're an adventurer and a discoverer and you find everything in the creeks, it's a known quantity. The rain uncovers many things that are hidden, and it washes right, and so it's glorious in that regard. But man, for these people that live on this water and in South Alabama, the Tensas Delta, and this is going to lead us into the map. We'll kind of probably start with is we're going to look at this mountain site I'm going to go to, and then I'm going to show everybody because Sarah said she needs a real update. We're going to look at a real weather report, I trust, and see what this might be doing to that area, because I guarantee you the water is going to rise up on these mounds and sort of wash them clean, I believe, which seems maybe appropriate before a first visit. So we'll take a look at that. That's our plan, everybody, if we could say we have one. Mainly, I just genuinely wanted to get continuity out, saying thank you to all you guys in the audience, everybody that's part of this, and direct you to our Discord, and thank Catman, amongst all the many others, and his role he's played in just engaging with everybody. And
Thanks,
sort
guys.
of, yeah, just sort of keeping the social vibe alive, man. And that's really important.
Keep a vibe
you know?
going. Yeah, energy matters.
Exactly. There's so many people a party to it, and Guy and all his design, and the alliteration is all my fault. Don't blame him. But this guy right here is who you're going to see and can sort of count on for that reliable engagement. At his own leisure. Just like the rest of us. But
I like to say,
so I wanted to get his face out here just so folks can go, hey, that's who that dude is.
that
And
dude.
You saw him sit with us, and he's been hanging out and really working his way here with the Institute and being a great aid along with all you guys I see in the chat. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up, Sarah, I know you need a weather report, and you're making tacos, and you don't want to hear us yabbering. So, Catman, you obviously know what you're doing, so I'm going to let you do your thing, and I'll finish my promo. I dropped that off. Yeah, Dave's Multiverse. We're going to be live one on Saturday and Sunday, and I am going to pop over to YouTube, and let's see if if Ryan Hall, y'all, has a recent report. We can, no, not my content. I don't need the studio.
That is okay.
Let's take a look at, there we go, YouTube. Oh, there's the Graham interview. Okay. No tears in this episode. Last episode was a snot fest.
Oh, where Grandma's talking to that young man about his surgery coming up.
Yeah, man, and I was doing great until he started, talking about his love for his wife and his family,
Yeah.
and that love was just emulating out of him, and it was tearful, and I'm the type of individual that those things are very important to me too, right?
Yeah,
So that
absolutely.
resonates with water.
When you
and
feel
snot.
love, you can't help but want to. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, and when they're talking about beautiful things, he
There's
and
good
his
crying
wife,
and there's bad crying for sure.
yeah, the way, man, just the way their life, right, has been together and created and taking a blended family. I
70
deal
years
with,
or something.
I've dealt with divorce and separation and family, and so there was that angle that was personal, right? And then he talked
Yeah.
about how she played such a role in really building family out of that, and then for 40
Absolutely.
years, not leaving each other's side for more than 4 days. Right,
Wow. Yeah.
right. I get chills now, right? When you think about the reality of something like that. So seeing that love and adoration and appreciation and gratitude is the best word pour out of him, then yeah, how are you not gonna?
Especially when it doesn't look like obsession.
Right.
Especially when it looks honest.
Exactly.
It's sincere. That's the type of love he has for.
I
his
don't
wife.
cry at beer commercials, you know what I'm saying, or
Yeah, for
tearjerk
sure.
movies, unless like I just needed it emotionally and I chose the tearjerk movie, like going, okay, this will get it, But
Everyone, we're watching The Notebook tonight.
it's authenticity that How do they say it in the street, bro? Real knows real. I mean,
Absolutely.
okay, so I'm looking for again. Speaking of authentic content creators, we need a weather report, and I have two that I rely on and that seem to be no bullshit and actually work in the real world to help people. And one of those is Ryan Hall, y'all. So I do not mind giving him a plug because that's who I watch all the time,
Ryan
and he's
Hall,
free. Yeah. So he's really he spends all his money on actually having a organization is the right way to say it, a complete system put in place for storm, tornado, and disaster relief of his own, right? It's like it's what his profits go into. So, he's not only thoroughly engaged and constantly live streaming storms, and, it's like sometimes he doesn't
It's
sleep.
storm season, isn't it?
Well, it is, and the weird thing this year is it's been storm season all damn year, man. It's just getting wild.
You're in
And
Oklahoma, you said?
no, I'm in Alabama.
Alabama, sort of in
I'm
the
in
center
Alabama.
of the belt, or sort of the center of the alley.
So I think it's looking like
Let's
he's
see.
live now. I'm waiting on, is that Charlotte? No, that's not Charlotte.
Let's see.
Okay. My daughter's in to
Alabama.
run. So his last report, let me get to his page. Looks like 14 hours ago, but that will show us roughly what I'm experiencing now and what you and I were talking about, the rain we've got coming. So his page, the latest.
Oh, I see. You're closer to Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, southeast, absolutely.
I was thinking of Missouri area for some reason. I was thinking more Oklahoma City, not uh, where I
Okay,
said first.
so I'm going to see what he says one day ago. This was the 12-hour one ago. And we'll go from there. I'm going to skip these ads before there we go. And let me get to where he's covering the southeast so we're not wasting everybody's time.
I'll put my username as my title.
All right. Welcome, chat. I'm sorry I'm having to focus on this video. So let's get to, yeah, here we go. All right, so there's this low pressure system that's messing around off of Texas and it's just come ashore. And these will not be the updated totals. I was telling Catman, I don't remember if we went live yet or not, what the updated totals are. But in the Mobile Tensaw Delta area where Bottle Creek Mounds is located, we're looking at the potential for 16 inches between now and tomorrow, right? So just thinking of, you guys have seen the map before. We're going to look at it here and again in a minute. Just imagine, well over a foot of water from all of the tributaries, the creeks, the rivers, the systems. And now all the way up to central Alabama where I sit and up on towards Birmingham, the potential has reached 10 inches, somewhere in the like 6 to 10. So it's going to be a lot of water, right? But let's just at least get a view on what a professional said, 12 hours ago here, and then I'll show you the local Alabama update if we need to, which gives these just sort of, dude, phenomenal totals, I mean, it's been crazy weather all year. But anyway, let me get my share button going. And I am nowhere near as fast as you sound on a computer, that is for sure.
Sorry.
You're gonna get recruited to producer position. Watch it. Watch it over
Dude,
there.
there's a dude on there's one of these podcasts. Randall is on it. Let me see which one it is.
Okay, here
His
we go.
helper's name is Christos. So he's like, "Hey, Christos, help me out."
I
I was like,
noticed that. I
I was
noticed
like, huh?
that.
I was like, "What the
I
hell?"
noticed it too, bro. I sure did. Yep, you were right.
Oh,
Praise Christos. Who is that? Greek or is that Catman? What is
it,
this?
which
Greek dude or it's
Christos is it?
Catman? I don't understand.
One or the other?
Okay, so I think let me. Can you see? Look at our screen in Riverside. Am I sharing Ryan Hall? You see a dude
I
with
see
weather
Ryan Hall
behind
at
him.
the very top. Yeah, I have my setup
10
so he's
4.
at the top. So
All right, let's see what he's saying
my
here.
layout.
Moisture is in the 99th percentile for mid-June. So we're used to getting a lot of rain in June, but even that is going to be abnormal. So we're going to get a lot more rain than usual with these storms. They're going to be very wet. And as these Boeing segments race towards Indianapolis and Fort Wayne after dark, the moisture down low is going to improve, keeping the wind and the embedded tornado threat
Hey,
alive
Screwdriver,
well into the
tuning.
night. And this is the
Welcome,
part
bro.
that worries me the most. Tornadoes after you've gone to bed are deadly ones. And this is exactly why I built Y'all Call. If a warning drops for your location overnight, your phone is going to ring until you pick up. 80-mile-per-hour winds will do just as much damage to your house as a weak tornado. So if you're watching my stream tomorrow and you hear about a destructive severe thunderstorm warning or anything like that, treat that as if it's a tornado warning. And we're about to dive much deeper into that. But first, let's shout out today's awesome sponsor. When severe weather hits, you want to know exactly what's out there and where it's heading. That makes perfect sense. But when it comes to your personal information online, it's a lot harder to track. And that's why I use
Okay,
Delete Me.
that's worth a
Right
note,
now,
sir.
there are
Hang on.
hundreds
All
of
right,
data
producer,
brokers out there
pause.
scraping your personal
Okay, and we need to fast forward through that ad anyway. But okay, so Sarah points out the storm is named Arthur, and of course we started this with me referencing the Robin Hood cartoon, and you know that's interesting. I forgot they named it Arthur. The king returns in water form. All right, so let's skip this ad. And Screwdriver Tuning, good to see you. Moss, I'm glad your hike went well. Like I said, if you don't mind, we may take a look at those masks here in shortly. All right, ad's over. Let's go, Ryan.
Today's video and lots of other videos. They're a big partner here, and a lot of you guys already like them, but if you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend it. Now, let's get back into the forecast. Now, the Illinois-Indiana setup isn't the only thing that we're going to have to talk about on Wednesday. The same setup is going to bring a separate round of severe weather to the southeast Kansas area back into Missouri, where overall wind shear, especially near the surface, is going to be much weaker, and the surface temperatures are going to warm up a lot more, causing higher cloud bases. But by mid to late Wednesday afternoon, scattered supercells are going to go right up along the cold front. That's going to cause some large hail and damaging winds, because we do have extreme energy pooling ahead of this front. And that's going to be more than enough to cause a very large hail and microbursts, potentially topping 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This area is a little removed from the strongest low-level winds, but there's still enough spin out there to support an isolated tornado or two as well. So, and if one gets going, it could be a strong one. So, Kansas City and Springfield, don't let that massive Illinois outbreak steal all your attention. Okay, these storms are going to be in your own backyard, and they're going to be capable of wrecking your Wednesday evening. If it wasn't for the higher tornado probabilities over there in Illinois and Indiana, you guys would be the star of the show. So, it's still going to be pretty bad over here. And if you're planning on the final day of the FIFA Fan Festival in Kansas City, if you plan on going out there, have a backup plan ready, because these storms could send you running to cover. All right, so let's leave these severe thunderstorms behind for just a moment, because while the Midwest deals with all that, a life-threatening flood is already unfolding across the Gulf Coast, driven by potential tropical cyclone 1. That's right, we got a daggone tropical storm watch up here in the upper Texas coast, Galveston, Matagorda, Brazoria counties. You guys are all under a tropical storm watch, as this is likely going to become our first tropical storm of the year, as it makes landfall tomorrow, right around the same time as our big-time tornado outbreak. So that's going to be pretty crazy. The big danger here is going to be rain. I don't see the winds being a huge problem, or even the storm surge or anything like that. And that's why the Weather Prediction Center has a level 3 moderate risk of flooding spanning day 1, 2, and day 3, starting around the...
All of that red has shifted over to central Alabama, to Montgomery, and then in Mobile.
Here is going to be absolutely soaked. Okay, it's going to be record breaking for June. Once again, this whole thing is just kind of plumb wild. We could see another 4 to 10 inches of rain through early Thursday on a ground that's already just been absolutely worked over and it's completely saturated. So that's going to be a problem. And even though storm surge and the winds don't seem to be the biggest problem with this tropical storm, right along the coast, we could have a 2 to 4 foot storm surge that kind of teams up with some of the rain and the flooding coming out of the some of the rivers and stuff, and that could cause additional problems with flooding right along the coast. So dang, I mean, there's a lot going on, guys. And there's also a marginal risk of severe weather from Sabine Lake to St. Landry Parish, where the tropical storm could kick off brief, quick-moving tornadoes and waterspouts. So forget about whether or not this thing gets a name, whether it gets the A name or not. It's going to be the same. It's going to be heavy rain and some big-time flooding problems. Now, by the time you wake up Thursday, that same powerful system from Wednesday has shoved straight into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. The Storm Prediction Center has another slight risk stretching from Kentucky and northern Tennessee all the way up.
Right, it's slowed down. So we're gonna thanks, Ryan. And again, yeah, he seems to be a pretty cool dude when you're looking for weather. But we're gonna go local. Let me stop sharing and get back to you. And then we're gonna pull up Christos, if you're still there, and you have Google Earth. You could pull up Google Earth.
What about it?
You could find Bottle Creek Mound site in the 10 saw, spelled TENSAW Delta, and that's gonna be in Alabama. And Bottle Creek is just Bottle, B-O-T-T-L-E Creek.
Is Delta near Tensaw Court, Fairfield, Alabama? Let's see here.
Yeah, it's an officially recognized. Or there's Mound Island is also the name of it.
Mound Island.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
It's a state park as well. So let me continue for local weather.
Mound.
I'm gonna need a web browser.
Alabama, you say? Mound Archaeological State Park,
There
Lee
you
County,
go.
Florida.
No,
Lee
this
County,
will be in
Florida, this
Alabama.
one?
Nope.
Okay.
Bottle Creek.
There's Indian Shell Mound Park, Mound Island State Park. Mound Island State Park.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
And you can share anytime you want to we can see if we're looking at the same thing, man. That's totally cool.
Just a second.
And I'm going to pull up local weather report so that we see these updates. Okay, here we go, guys. Yeah. What are you? When's the last time you talked to me? Let's see. WSFA.
Close
Actually,
my
it's
windows.
SFA because they all have a W. I don't know why they still put the W. Tropical alert moisture 1 hour ago. Okay.
Sure. Let's see here. Google Earth. Share that. Now, what am I looking for? Is Indian Shell Mound Park?
Yeah, let me come back to you. Okay, zoom out. I can just find it by looking at it. Zoom out. Take yourself to Mobile, Alabama.
Gotcha. Mobile.
I could have done it, man. I just thought, I hope you don't think I'm being demanding of you as a guest.
No.
I just thought, hey, let's
part of the channel, man. I'm part of it.
Thanks, bro.
Here's
okay, so now you see the big green mass up there in the top center, the delta, the wildlife the management area is what I can see so far on your screen. You want to scroll up, and let's explore. Yeah, keep going. Keep going up.
Area.
Yeah, that's it. So keep going. You're gonna go up under cross interstate. Keep going up north in the delta.
Oh, north, straight north.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now, are you there yet? No.
Stockton.
Go a little further.
Further up.
Yeah. That could have been Mound Island there, but I'm not sure. Keep going. I mean, I'll know when. No, the rivers are splitting there. Okay, so zoom in, and it's somewhere south of where they meet.
Get back down this way.
So, like, what's that?
Clayton's Gator Hole.
No.
Upper Delta Wildlife, man.
But did you look?
Briar Lake over here on the right.
Did you search Bottle Creek Mound Site?
Let me see here. Bottle Creek Mound Site.
BOTTLE.
Bottle Creek. Indian Mound. Axis, Alabama.
Yeah.
It's right where
we were on it.
We were literally on it. It just zoomed. All it did was zoom down.
Straight down, man. I was like, that should be it. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've had it, and you can put a little marker, so you see the red to your left, right, and the red to your right. How they've got a trailhead marked, and then they've got the mound site, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so below all those trees are 18 mounds that make up this mound site that cover. See where the trees get brown? Okay, that's like swamp. That's water, and was water, at least in all archaeological depictions. Yes, there you go. There you go. So the more deciduous trees you'll see back on the land. That's kind of where you can see the land line. Well, that entire area there, all the way up to is eat up with 18 mounds. It's an entire complex. You have to access it by water. There are no roads, obviously. And then if you kind of want to zoom out, or now that you know where it is, and we can give everybody sort of an idea of what happens in this area when 16 inches of water hit the entire geographic region. And then I've got some local 1 hour ago weather for us to look at for these totals.
I'm looking for where the coordinates of this place would be.
See, I'm not familiar enough with Google Earth. I just learned that you can change the dates and go back historically and look at this. They'll overlay the data from past years. Yeah, that was very helpful, actually, in many regards.
Data layer.
So the GPS coordinates I thought were listed down. Look down there at the bottom. What do you have, a compass? That's probably a direction of your look. Oh, they're at very bottom right. Yeah.
Let's see. Show your location.
Chat, what's going on over
here? That's my location. That's my location, not the location on the map.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, drop a marker. Can you drop a marker? This big red thing we could see.
I did right here.
It doesn't really matter.
I dropped a marker, but I don't know if it has the coordinates on it.
Yeah. But if you zoom out, and we'll give everybody an idea of Now,
There we go.
okay, so you've got two rivers on either side. It's swamp all around. Keep zooming out, and we'll give them kind of the macro view of this river system throughout Alabama, right? So you see it's in the middle of all these. And now kind of just zoom all the way out where you can nearly see the word Montgomery, really. And you can do it slowly as everybody can sort of take in how this is at the bottom. This is the watershed for all of the rivers that flow through the state of Alabama, many through Mississippi and many through Georgia. The Tennessee, it is. It is. It's huge, and then it empties right down there into the Bay of Mobile, into the Gulf of America, Mexico. The Gulf is what we call it here. Just to be like totally clear. I mean, when you live here, it's just called the Gulf, right?
Oh, hang on a second here.
All right, there you go. Now it's marked. Yeah.
It's there, but it doesn't have the coordinates themselves. That's what I'm looking for, though. Let me see if I click that. Copy to clipboard.
So, guys, with this water coming, and I've got our local weather pulled up, we'll take a look at it here in a sec, and you'll see what's going to happen potentially to this mound site and why. So the schedule, I had to reschedule, and the reschedule was set for next Tuesday, the 23rd. Now, that is a potential still, right? But this weather report is, an unfolding flood is what's holding us up and got us worried. But at least we know it's going to be a major impact. And when he zooms out on that map, you guys can see that every river from Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, just about, on the Alabama side of those states, flows here.
Straight down. All the way down straight to the Mobile Delta, you said? I'm scrolling all the way back down.
Okay, Amanda Kern of SFA in Montgomery. Pause. And let's share what this meteorologist has to say, and then I'll let you pick right back up with the map, because that's what we'll want. So I'm going to take the share real quick for Amanda Kern. There she is. And let's see what she wants to tell us. Can I maximize you? I can. And okay, so where we are, you see where you see Montgomery, that county, right? All right, just north of it is Elmore. Okay, I sit right about where that L is, in Elmore County. And the site of Mobilla sits about where that G is, a little below, right about where that G is, honestly. A in Autauga County. So right in the middle of Elmore County is a river system that would have divided, and I'm speaking historically here for everybody that listens. You see the name Coosa right there. Well, Coosa's territory would have run down into the middle of Elmore, just about here, and then this is where Tuscaloosa's territory began. But we're not here for that story, but we're looking at a map, and I can't help it, man, because, you need to know the shit I talk about and where it's located. Okay, so let's see what's happening with the rain. Now, where we're most interested in, guys, let's bear in mind before I let Amanda play, is all of these river systems in this area she's talking about is in central Alabama. And it's only worse and heavier as you get out of the range of these counties she's showing, right? So let's start here.
Amanda Curran here. As we head throughout the rest of our late afternoon and early evening, still remain weather aware. We have a severe storm risk, and I think some of the biggest impacts will be a couple of stronger storm cores that could pack a punch with wind upwards of 60 miles an hour. Tornadoes are also very much possible with tropical moisture. You usually get quick little spin ups that are brief. They don't hang out for long. I don't think that's the biggest impact, though, of all. I think everyone has a heavy rainfall and flash flooding threat. So make sure you keep your First Alert weather app handy. Throughout the night, we will continue to watch waves of heavy rain just really dump over central and south Alabama. So at a time and point in the evening,
where the mound side is, bro, is right at the top of that S in Casino. Victoryland Casino. I've been to Victoryland Casino. Is actually on there's native stuff all through there. Shorter is the name of that area. If you want to look at the map, it's on the Tallapoosa River. So everybody that's studied my stuff, I'm often at the Coosa, right? Well, the Coosa River, the border between Coosa and Tuscaloosa's territory, meets right there at a place called Parker Island with the Tallapoosa River. That's about where this casino sits. And this is not, or at least was not, I forget if they ever jailed Milton McGregor. He was the owner, and they were fighting him so hard because he was non-native, and the only casinos allowed in Alabama are the native casinos.
You could have a deluge of rain, and there'll be some breaks through our Thursday night into Friday, but additional rainfall is possible for the last day of the work week. So continue to be safe out on the roadways, and remember, turn around, don't drown.
Well, thanks, Amanda. That was sort of sloppy, wasn't it? Okay. So she didn't give us our rainfall totals, did she? But either way, the last I saw was 10 to 16 down in the Tensas, and we'll move on, and you can come back to sharing the map. And then we're going to share a couple of other things I've got, and we're going to let you holler too about whatever you want to, anything you want to look at. Yeah, we're a show driven by curiosity. So let's pull up, I know we can pull up, let's pull up a map of that mound site. Let me find that so we can at least finish showing everybody. So let me bring a new web browser, and let's go with, don't knock the mic over, man. How's your day, Christos? You're on mute.
Pretty good, man. Woke up, took my meds, fed the cat. Same old routine. Yeah, routine's never a bad thing. When something
No.
stops you from doing what you're used to, that's when
Balance.
you gotta. That's the
Balance,
link
right?
to the coordinates of Block Creek Indian Mounds.
Yeah, I was just going to try to see if I could find it. There's some pretty decent maps or at least archaeological recreations. I know Dr. Greg Little on X has put several up, but here's one in Encyclopedia of Alabama. I just want you to see the amount of mounds. Yeah, this will work. This will work. Share. Okay, so...
I see.
All right. Now you saw the wetlands that were all trees, cypress trees.
Yep.
But that little peninsula. So you've got a total. It should be 18, I believe. How many?
3, 4, 5, 6. So there's A through N. Oh, A
Yeah.
through P.
Yeah, P over here.
16. A through P is 16 letters. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yeah, 16. 16 different pits or mounds.
I counted 18. How did I do that?
The Southern Burrow Pit and the Burrow Pit are also there. Oh,
So
wait.
did I count those?
I'm counting just the letters.
I'm not
A,
even
B,
looking at the
C,
letters,
D, E,
man.
F,
I'm
G,
just
H,
looking at
I,
the
J,
map.
K.
All right, I'll do
Gotcha.
bottom up instead this time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You're right. Where am I getting this number from? I know it's called, I know there's 18. I know I saw that number is what I should
Maybe
say.
2 were destroyed. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, let's look into it. Let's look at the
Encyclopedia.
info. I mean, we got it in front of you. But yeah, so as everybody can see, a very large mound complex. There might be an artist artist reconstruction, very shitty one. I mean, a very old one. Here's the area today. And here is the plaque. Yeah. North America's Amazon, indeed. There's a pretty decent
Looking it up, it says 18, but on the
Okay,
map there's 16.
so I knew I'd seen. Oh, wait a minute! Look! The map was not complete, sir.
Oh,
Mound.
There they,
There they be.
there they are.
There they
Arr,
blow.
There they are. There they are.
already. They're the missing mounds. How
Oh,
dare
yeah.
you?
Shivering
Hurley.
timbers up that stream.
I don't know. Where are the pirates at? They're not here, obviously, but we know the cloak.
They're with their little niños.
So there we go. Way over there, we have Mound or. Okay.
Borrow pit.
Yeah.
What do the pits have in them? Just
Well, the pits are where, if I'm correct here, borrow pits, meaning these are pits where material for the mounds was extracted from.
I see.
Yes.
So it's like a dig site.
Yeah, they borrowed it from the ground to build the mound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, yeah, here you can see the biggest one, I believe, is somewhere around 50 feet, 42 to 50. Yeah, and here they are climbing it today. You can see it's, all
Mound
swamp, man.
Island.
Swamp. Oh, look at the little guy with the rifle. Isn't that?
Yeah. Look at that.
And here we are with
That's
what
beautiful.
it looks like. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're going in by John boat. Fully prepared with the outboard and what do you call little tiny motors that go up front and paddles and all the good stuff. Here's the largest mound. Here's a good picture of it.
That mound.
And here's a good artist sort of drawing.
A rendition of a.
Rendition, there's been some guys that have done newer stuff. I know Will from what's Will's name? I'm gonna blank on Will's name. He's been doing all the AI stuff on the Conquistadors lately. Met him in Arizona. I can't believe I'm gonna blank on his name on X history. Anyhow, he and Luke Caverns did some artist reconstructions, and I even threw him a note. And the note that he took from me was is that at many of these sites I've learned from Vincent Barrows, member of the Institute of Natural Philosophy, as well as, Catman over here. Find Catman in our Discord. There's your plug, dude. Constant plugging. Is that these mounds, there's been evidence found that they were colored, right? Either with pigmented clay or what we would call paint, whether you call it pigment or what have you. And there were even, like at Cahokia, many layers of this is what Vince has reported to us. It is. And so those guys worked that into their rendition as well. And it really gives you a different understanding of these places. Another thing I've learned reading the DeSoto Chronicles with Ricardo Calvario, president of the Institute of Natural Philosophy. We've been doing a project where we've been just reading through the DeSoto Chronicles. Last episode, he was kind enough to send me a PDF of all this. So now we can do it digitally because Jacob ate a good chunk of that one, actually right where we were reading. To my point, we're learning a little more about the layouts of these towns, right? And you hear so much about these large houses, native longhouses, right? And these houses are multiple story. It would be the size of, if you've gone to any sort of apartment buildings, here in the Southeast, guys, or where you live, think of an apartment complexes. There's like a building that's got 10 of the apartments stacked in a few stories. Okay, it's like that, right? And some of these towns are describing 50, 80, large numbers, 100 of these houses, right? So when I see these reconstructions with all these little dotted tiny roofs, I think that's sort of our modern understanding bleeding in. But when you go to these first-hand sources, when they were talking about Mobila, man, they said that the reason they burned it, the reason that all of Hernando de Soto's stuff has, been located, right, and sitting behind me here, is because they had to burn the town with all of their stuff in it. Now, the reason that was ordered is because their advantage was horses, right? They had, 300 horses in the armor, right? Well, now the bad thing is about Mobila is all the armor was inside because they'd had all the slaves carrying it, and the slaves were waiting outside the walls. When De Soto got bum rushed, him and his 100 men that were the guard inside got bum rushed out, right? And so when they're running for their life in that moment, inside Mobila, they decide to bring all the native slave and burden bearers in, and they bring all of the army supplies in. The sources say the men had the shirts on their backs, most of them, right, other than the vanguard on the horses. Mm-hmm. So they need to get their stuff back, and they need to get in the town, right? The town's got walls with 2 entrances. It seems to be describing east and west, right? they describe being unable to use the horses because the streets in the town between these large homes, or apartment buildings were so small and narrow as though they would have been in Europe. And these then houses were stacked with thousands of men with bows and arrows. And so the horses were useless. The streets were narrow and they could not navigate, right? So when you see a depiction like this, and then you go and read these firsthand narratives, you get a much different picture, and that's why I like to be clear when we're looking at these, is that this is cool, and it gives us a great idea of what it could have looked like. I'll never put down any attempt to help me visualize something, right? But what I'm learning from these firsthand accounts, to plug again with my buddy Ricardo at the Institute of Natural Philosophy, is that there was so much more, man, than what you see in this picture.
Absolutely.
And in ways we can't imagine. Okay.
There's
What you looking up and typing on over there?
I'm looking up Mabilla, the tribe. That's a painting called Battle of Mabilla right there on your Discord. Sorry, pop it on the Discord.
No, that's good, dude. Let me check.
Just looking at it.
That's
It's on the
cool.
Looks like it's on the coastline.
I don't have Discord on my PC.
Got you. Let me see if I can just.
I went through a bad thing where I couldn't get the notifications to stop, and so I just took it off.
Here, I will just do.
So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll let you do what you were working up there.
I'll do this. I'll share that screen.
And I will. I'll take a moment to look at the chat and catch everybody up. I do
There we go.
have.
I was just checking out this painting.
Oh, there we go. Okay, William H. Powell was the last artist to be commissioned in the Rotunda. Dramatic and brilliant colored canvas shows Spanish conqueror and explorer Hernando de Soto riding a white horse, the first European to view the Mississippi River. As De Soto and his troops approach, the Native Americans in front of their teepees watch, and the chief holds out a peace pipe. Yeah, the teepee is, what is that?
Right. It seems a bit racist.
What is that about, man?
Especially on the coastline. They're not dumb.
Yeah.
Man.
No, the narrative, dude.
Absolutely. I
They
agree.
needed it to be so they could take the land and call them savages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When in reality, we killed all the buffalo ourselves. Our armies did.
I know, man. They were
we
taking
starved
the
them,
trains
just like they
and
did
doing
in,
it for
like-
sport.
Yeah.
Hang on. I got a daughter calling. We're not going anywhere. Let me just see what's up. Hey, babe. Yeah, I'm at the house. Things in. Okay. I know, and it's not going to stop. We were just looking at the live weather report. Actually, is what we were doing. So, all right, Isabella went to job orientation today, and
Don't say where.
I'm not. Just say here. Just listen. I'll guide you.
No,
Okay.
They got onto us. They're like, you can't be making those TikToks talking about TJ Maxx.
Well, you just told everybody.
I gotta head out.
Bye. Christos had to go. All right. So Isabella was at orientation, and the words I gave her before she went was, "It's just going to be boring," right? And her report was what?
It was so boring.
Okay, I'll take you off speaker. Thank you. So, I know that's all it is. That's all it is. Oh, okay. She can't check me out. 10% discount. Perfect. Hoodies. Just let me know when there's hoodies. I know you got me. All right. Everybody, tell
Oh,
Isabella to be
God's raining
careful.
so hard.
Do what? Yo, you still
Raining.
there?
Yeah, it's raining so hard.
Yeah, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop, okay? There's slight risk of spin-up tornadoes. Spin-ups are not, anything to worry about. But just be very weather aware. Check it
I will.
occasionally, okay? And I'll be doing the same. Your
All right,
main
I'll do my
concern,
weather.
your main concern is water on the roadways, okay? So hydroplaning,
Gotcha.
you know about that, all right? You know what to do. Keep it loose.
I shouldn't be home too late because Will is work in the morning.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to take you off now because you're giving details. So you're off speaker in the mayor. All right. Sounds good. I was just talking to you because I'm kind of live and Catman had to drop off, so it's just me. All right, I love you too. All right, you're good. Speak soon. All right, bye. Bye, Will.
He's not with me.
Well, you said you're going to get us food.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get it and bring it to his house.
Well, isn't that just gentlemanly of you? I think that should be the other way around. Oh, okay. Well, all right. We'll accept that. All right. Bye. I'm going to get back to these strangers. Well, that was very sweet of you and very sweet of him. Tell him I said hi. Okay. All right. I love you too, baby. Bye. Okay, so we had a daughter check in and we lost Catman, but I don't plan on hanging out too much longer. I am going to do what I said, and Moss is with us, and she, guys, on X, you can find, what is it now? Let's just pull you up. And what is going on with my chat? All right, it's like being retarded. Sarah, have you found that with Discord chat? It's like doing that. It is going crazy. Okay, so rain, lot of rain, right? I do have a trip tentatively planned for the 23rd, but if this is ideal and we don't get any more moisture between, like significant amounts between now and then this would be extremely beneficial. Catman's hollering at me. No, dude. Hang on. Admin. No worries, dude. Thank you so much, man. Pop back on anytime. Everybody in Discord, if you need a link for the Institute's Discord, just scroll up here in my chat. I think I could probably manage finding it. Yeah, here we go. We can put it up. No, that's not going to do anything. You just can't click on it. But I bet I can copy link, and I'm going to drop it back down here again in the chat. Right? So when you come to Discord, one of the first people you'll encounter, other than myself, Shaman 711, is Catman, Catplan, and that's Christos. And Christos is a really, really good dude. I've known him online and in the Discord realm for a while now. About a year and a half, I think we both agreed. And yeah, come see us at the Institute, all of us in there. At our Discord. We're sharing our research. We have so many new people that are joining us. Sarah, what is the other Sarah's last name? I know she's SB Flint in Discord, but the one you guys dropped last night. I don't remember. What's her last name, guys? Anyway, she's in our Discord along with Tammy, who was just here in our chat, doing work on the megalithic, well, they're not. That's the debate, isn't it? On the cairns and different megalithic rock structures in upper New York, doing really, really cool work and coming on board with the Institute in several very productive ways. And we're grateful for that. And we welcome all of you independent researchers who would like to do the same to please come find us there. All right, I've got my X up and all right, so Alaskan Grand, that's also our Moss here in the chat, is up in Alaska. And let's find where you told me you sent some masks. I'm going to find those. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So how do I pull these up? Let me maximize so we don't. There we go. Sweet. Okay, now you're going to have to tell us about these in the chat. And I'm going to click over to share. These are awesome. Okay. All right, and then I'll bring up what you tell us about in the chat. Okay. So let me share. X share. Boom. Okay, but now we need it a little bigger, right? So let's do a little something like that. What did that do? Now I've got to minimize. Okay, cool. It's got you maxed out. All right, Moss, you in the chat? Did you leave us? Yeah. Now, Sarah, you know who it is. Man, my chat is being retarded, guys. It's like I'm looking at what I'm trying to read. Okay, well, let me get back and see what I was told about these in the chat. But they seem to be tribal, right? Masks, native representation, clan symbols, apparent. And these were some photographs that were taken today on an adventure that I did see a post that involved some kayaking on a beautiful lake. Look at that dude. Penguin? Wow. I like that one. I do. I'm not sure about the color, but I like it. That's fun. We've got initials. We've got an H there. Walrus, tusk. All right, guys. I will give you some more info if Moss is still around. It got boring there for a bit, so I'm not surprised he had to dip. But thank you for sharing some of your day out and about in Alaska with us. And we're going to come back center. There she is. Man, what is going on in my chat? I'm sorry, guys. It's like not allowing me. Show and stream. Show. It's not. It's jumping. Oh, this is retarded. So somebody, I need to put stuff in chat. I know, look, this sounds really weird, but this is a fix, okay? Because when I'm trying to read the bottom, it's not letting me. It jumps. So I have to fill the chat with some nonsense. The masks are from Pioneer Park in Fairbanks, Alaska. They are on the Cultural Center. Excellent. Ah, not a penguin, a raven. I see. Oh, it's jumping again. Yeah, definitely. I see that. A raven. Okay, guys, we're approaching our hour. We lost our producer candidate, Catman. He had some real world stuff going. And that's what I've got going. I've got some real world stuff going. Charlotte should be out of her shower here momentarily and ready to run an errand that she needs run. And then I'm going to get a quick rest and then back to moving stuff tomorrow. Going to be up in the Birmingham area, and even though it's raining, I do hope to get by the Cahaba River and some big rocks, maybe Mountain Brook area. I don't know, precisely what the day will entail, but I might, get a little video of some of our big rocks and, the things that begin to hint at the story that is antediluvian Alabama. And Christos now has reminded me that we can share links. And since I'm speaking on my series, Antediluvian Alabama, if you have not seen it, I have created a playlist to make it easy for you on my YouTube page under Shaman 711. And I should be able to now drop that playlist here in the chat for you. I haven't yet, seeing as how mostly, though, we joked, you saw us joking with Catman about, no, I don't want to copy there, producer, role, which, I don't know, guys, tell me what you think. Seemed great. No, man, I want to pull up my videos, dude. I need to share the playlist is what I'm after. And studio is not, I don't want to set it as a podcast. Can you open it? You're not going to open it, are you? Okay, so I'm going to have to open the YouTube app itself, and we're going to go to my channel. Yes, I'd like to view it, and I'd like to go to my playlists. See, I'm guiding you through how to find it. It's relatively easy. And then we're going to share this one with you all. Oh, now I just want to sit and watch that with you guys. Who knows, we might. We might. Oh, man, I love this place, just even watching the video. So why don't I have a there? No, I don't. Yeah. Now it's in my ear. All right, we're going to do this. Let's look at a waterfall.
So the beach is usually down there. Can you see it, man? Water's way up. All right,
It really is, right?
we're gonna climb out.
Can you imagine what this place is going to be tomorrow? There you go. Antediluvian Alabama. I'm not going to make you listen to me talk. But since I couldn't find it, wasn't letting me press share on the podcast, so I'm just going to show you so you can come find it on my channel, Shaman 711. It's weird rocks. If you're not familiar with this side of my work, these are just some very weird rocks. Very weird rocks. See, and it's sitting up on that pedestal. It looked like the skull. Tell me how it happened naturally. Please. Big pieces, wedged from the explosion. Look at this, gets flat. Fissure. Sorry, guys. I am botching this all up. You see why Christos is needed? Or someone to help. All right, copy, dude. Thank you. Now get out of their way. There. See this piece wedged? Fired my producer. I can't. It's me. All right, where were we? Now, if I come back over here, it's a piece I've shown quite a bit. Boom. Finally. Can't really see it as well through the trees, so let's get closer. See you, Amy. Thanks. Man, what is just under the leaves? Enjoy your nap. What I want to know. The scaling, all over these things. And look at this. Zoom out. What is this? Again, we've got the scaling. What is it? All of it made same stone mixture, quartz pebbles, and the trap binding matrix. I mean, you don't have to have a certainty. You don't have to follow any of my thought processes all the way out, right? To simply look at something like this and understand that there's a question to be asked, right? I'm not telling you have to be, certain of what that is, but how can you not look at this and not have a question? Zoom out. What is this? Again, we've got the scaling. All of it made same stone mixture, quartz pebbles, and the trap binding matrix. Sorry, a lot of thorns back here. A lot of stumps. What is this? Looks like a paw. You hear the water in the background. We're on the cliff's edge above the West Fork of the Little River on top of Lookout Mountain in North Alabama. Evidence of the metal. Metal. I mean, what is the burned stuff? What is all that? So we're directly above all of the videos I filmed with the girls and the walks I filmed yesterday. Okay, so I won't bore you with and the river. I shouldn't say bore you. That's like a negative word. Drops off right there. But yeah, that's what I wanted you to note was we're cliffside, And these. But I could look at these all day, and you know what? I'm going to look at one more with you because I just enjoy it. And I'm hyper curious. I would buy a house in this area as soon as God provides the ability for my ass to do that, because this place is living, breathing questions. A piece wedged, these giant flared pieces. Look at this bad boy over here. Same type. This is just another time of year we're gonna look at that same piece. Stone in there. Sorry, moving fast. This is just the side of the road. I pulled over just to get some looks at this stuff here. Look at that thing. Look at this. Thorns, man. Always thorns everywhere. Everywhere you go to find shit. There's thorns. Look at this. It's just a giant.
Just look at it.
Would you just look at it? Just look at it. Hey, what more can you say? Y'all hear that wind racing up here on top of the mountain? Now, what I'm trying to show you is everywhere you go up here is this. Black. Signs of the metal. Look at that. It's a little square piece of metal. That's what all this black is. Let's look at one more in the same area. Coming on. Come on. All right, I got to get back. Let's go down a little. So
Once weekly.
Where you were looking just then, what is this ad? Man, poison. I don't want to advertise poison.
Jar.
What is that? Okay, just go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go down along the water. Those rocks you were just looking at there. Well, you know it's a beautiful day when you're trying to film your intro and you are distracted by all the butterflies. Welcome to Anti-Delusion. Okay, I wanted to see if I showed the butterflies. I think I do. I love butterflies. You guys like butterflies? Okay, so right here, I am the rocks you just saw, the really weird rocks, right? I'm not asking you to just go all the way with my name of the show. I'm asking you to look at the damn thing and give me an answer to all of the questions that are raised, right? Or not even give me an answer, but just see if questions are raised when you look at them, right? And that's what happened to me when I started looking at this stuff. I started seeing things that didn't make sense, that didn't fit the understanding about the formation of this place that I was offered when I went looking for that official information, right? And I'm going to tell you that when you go looking into the official information about this place, you're going to run into a lot of question marks, right? This place is weird, even by academic standards, right? Yeah, so it's a mountain that has the river. So these river systems, you're at the west fork of the Little River here, and I'm going to finish with the introduction, right, of this vid. You're at the west fork of the Little River, and the east and west fork meet, and they form the Little River, and then the Little River forms this deep canyon. It's a mini Grand Canyon. It is 133 feet, is I think the Grace's High Falls, and that's the highest fall from top to bottom. It's 133 feet, right? Steep canyon, sheer walls, right? And these weird rocks I just showed you, you're up on top of a smaller canyon, because we're on the fork, right, that I described, the fork that then forms the main deep canyon. Now the Little River is known as one of the only, they say the only river in the world that flows its entire course on the top of a mountain. Now, is it the entire? No, because the last 2%, it falls right off and right into I think it's the Coosa, one of the rivers up there, right? And it's a very strange place. So now, how did all of this happen on top of this mountain, right? That rises up. Well, when you go digging, they start to tell you that there are swamps on top of this mountain, right, and all these headwaters. That originally there were two taller mountains on either side, and this place was the valley. And over great spans of time, those mountains eroded, right, completely away. And then this mountain is what was left of the valley. That doesn't sound very logical to me, especially when you look at the map and how we're told the Appalachians formed, and it's just just doesn't fit. Now, in my curious mind, right, that I try to keep open and go to first principles, what's in front of me, without the narrative, of even my own self, right, completely objective, and look at what's in front of me and ask some primary questions, right? Well, I see a lot of collapsed things all along the top of this canyon, this river, and down in the bottom of the river, you can find giant stones that look like walls from Sacsayhuaman, right? I'm not saying it's what they are, but they look exactly like him, right? So there's a story that I myself see and try to, in this 9-episode series, not shove down you, just document what I see. Now, of course, it's my series, so I'm going to guide you through what I see, right? And that's going to include the story I see that unfolds before me. But at the heart of it are questions about what you see in front of you when you go to this landscape.
Morning. So I'm just out for my morning walk again.
All right, come on.
That's why I'm whispering.
You can go find the video and catch all the funny stuff. I want to show, because I want to see rocks.
Like I'm showing my daughters, what you start looking for around here is this signs of metal seeping out. But then, of course, all of these grooves, this marking that weathering would not
This was last year on my birthday. I took my girls up here with me.
explain,
7-Eleven, for those not sure.
because the lines are horizontal. The grooving is back up in.
What's my ratio over here? I guess it's okay, huh? Might be better. I'm checking with you guys in chat to see if who's hanging.
Metal.
Yeah, I agree. Screw. Thanks. Yeah, man. Just look at it. Are you looking at it? Are you looking at it?
No.
Just look at it. Well, we're all good nerds at the Institute of Natural Philosophy, Moss.
It's all the blocks
Yeah, I did.
scattered.
Right. Right, screw. It's not my chat. I can't put up what you just typed yet. I gotta wait for somebody else to say something. But yeah, tour guide,
Ricardo
absolutely.
from the Institute of Natural Philosophy
Dave is
commented on the video yesterday. It's like Puma
hang on, let
Punku.
me get
It's
to where I
like
control this volume.
walking through ruins. It very much is.
I mean, look at the grooving on that. And it's
These
just
long pieces,
oblong hunk.
these little pieces.
So let me get back to the chat. Yeah, Dave from Dave's Multiverse, who I'm doing a couple of streams with over the course of the weekend. Yeah, he's been wanting to get over this way, and as I told him, and as I've told all you guys, you know, tour guide, 100%, come and explore the place with me, you know, and please give me your input, right? I mean, you see, you know, in the chat, Screwdriver said Atlantis. I see Atlantis, and I don't use that word a whole lot, right? Because that then pulls in a whole Plato debate, and I just like, you know, the way Graham Hancock frames it, which is a lost civilization, you know, a lost epoch is often what I use of human civilization, you know, ones that came before, just like in the Bible, you know, for those of us in you know, here in this part of the world, right? But just as in all every other worldwide tradition, you know, the Younger Dryas catastrophe is a more modern name that's been associated with it, right? Scientifically speaking. But again, I don't want, you know, people to necessarily, you know, have to feel like they have to go there, because I don't want people knee jerk, you know, man. They just knee jerk, right, at shit like this. But if you come and you look at it with me, right, then I'm gonna get some honest and good input, right, out of the whole process, because I'm going to be able to see other people's faces and see other people, you know, try to answer these questions. You know, that's why this video series, guys, is 9 episodes, but this is not even a fucking tenth of the material, you know, I collect from up there. And yeah, there's so much. This place just needs so much work yet. There's so much to be found. So what we need to do, Sarah, is we need to do tour guide / exploration, right? So not only do you sign up to come take a tour, but you could also, you know, just come stay a while and get the education through the tour, and then help us continue to find and document what this stuff is, right? Because then once we're mapping and we're documenting and we're all out there finding, right, this stuff, there's so much. You guys don't understand. It's like you trip on it, you know? It's just everywhere. And so having, you know, that to be part of the process is how I would envision a tour guide going out, right? It's like you could come and we could go in just a quick first part of the first day, you know, give you the big picture here, and then we could just grab the map out, you know, and start go looking together. That would be more of what I would be up for trading income for. Would be we can do some tours, but you know, why don't we do some of this together, right? That would be the way to go about this thing. So I think this is a long one, and it gets us down to the water, and I think it's a very interesting section. So I may fast forward here, and I just want you guys to be able to see that. Since you've seen, this is sort of off to the side of that funky roadside sort of claw-looking, you know, mottled rock, and this is just walking on down the water. So this is, you see how you get like these terracing things going on, right? So at the top, you see in this view,
You see the lines.
and of course the lines that don't work for water weathering, you know, because they're fucking horizontal, you know. But then this stuff will tear all the way down, you know, like terraces.
And now I have
To the
made my
water.
way back.
And so we're going to fast forward to the water, which should be, right here when I change shirts.
In here, that's what all of this is. See that in there, Charlotte? every one of them. And they've all got these horizontal lines on them. Here's some metal seeping out. Look at this rounded seam. All right. And then let's show them this pile. Come around here where your sister is, the block she's sitting on.
Piles
And
of
then give
rocks.
them an
How the
idea
piles
of
get
this,
there,
Charlotte.
guys? It's a question. Just
Can
a
you
question.
show that this is a square block? Does that really show?
Yeah.
Pretty ferns coming out. Lots of thorns. And then if you can see behind me, guys, all you're going to have are piles of rocks with these horizontal lines, these different shapes. This knob right here, there's an animal hole. These slivers sticking straight up. 1, 2, 3. And all the way back up the hill to these larger pieces. Now, we cannot record everything there is to show. Now, that is my way of saying to you, this stuff is everywhere. What do you think, girls? Is it everywhere?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, we're not sitting on rocks. We're sitting on rubble. And now we need to go swimming. All right, let's keep moving. What do you say? The girls are seeing what I was saying about how we cannot stop without filming. So let's take a look at this giant puzzle piece down here.
Look at this one down
Charlotte taking after her dad barefoot. I need to take mine off.
here. So this big table-looking piece.
Now, what is this?
We're making our way down to the. We're almost at the water. A couple more tiers.
Where, isn't it? All right, well, these lines you
over
could
here,
almost
where I can manage
describe to
again.
water if it wasn't for the fact we see them everywhere, right? This divide. Look here. This piece. See, but it's still the same rock. Back here, you see the same. This is what we call one megalithic sized piece of stone, girls.
Yeah.
Metal.
Definitely that, guys.
So we're looking for the metal, the rock, the weathering that weather could not have done, right? The grooving. And then you look over here and you'll
see if
see
I
these
point out the
signs
makeup.
of
We
metal.
haven't touched about
Right here, you
the
can
fact that not only do you see this
almost
this
flick
metal little
a piece off.
sheeting or seams, however,
all
whatever
along
word
this
you wanna
one
use
side.
it
And
is.
look, just where the
But
other
the
one on that
makeup
side has that bow sticking
these
out.
stones,
The piece looks
it
carved.
is very curious.
Exact same thing on this piece. What's the verdict? Natural?
No.
Y'all don't know how to answer yet, do you?
No,
I'm
What
recording.
do you think it is, baby? Charlotte,
Hmm?
can you see a way that this occurred without some sort of... See, here's what I think. I think this was all together as something else. I think because of all the quartz you see in here, this is somehow man-made,
The
right?
quartz is where I was
And then you
gonna go.
have
So,
airburst.
in all of these stones, guys, in every single stone you see, it looks like concrete. I even have in this 9-video series, you'll see one titled "Concrete Comparison," and there's one titled "The Quartz Conundrum," right? Because these rocks, you see all these this white dappling. It's white pieces of quartz, just like you'd see in like modern concrete. You know, you use little pebbles, all of the same caliber. You know, through the same size sifted, right? Sifting. Again, I'm not saying I'm certain I know what that means. It's not sedentary, right? I exhibit that in these other episodes where you can go and see how it's this way and that way and how it exhibits more where the rock seems to be impacted by heat and like melted away, and you'll see a little metal in there, and then the exposed underneath this smooth top is just like busted concrete, you know. It's just exceptionally curious, and if you're trying to engage your curiosity, this is the place to do it.
Some sort of high energy, high heat explosions introduced to the area, and it's blown apart. And that's why we see it trickling all the way down from up there where we were on the cliff down to the water. Okay, one more quick pit stop. Let's look here. We've got a giant piece. We've got metal, metal, metal. We've got a separate piece on top.
Piece on top.
Hunk of metal. Look at this.
It's
a knob.
It's a
These
knob.
grooves. Separate piece of rock.
If you guys are familiar with
Separate,
ancient,
separate.
know,
All on
what do we
top
call it?
of
archaeology,
this
you know
hump.
about nubs.
all exhibiting the metal, all exhibiting the layers. These are
is
smaller quartz pebbles. Look how fine these are in here.
Again, you don't have to believe it's part of a wall.
Lines
It just looks
horizontal.
exactly
Nature
like a nub, okay?
did
That's all I'm
not
saying.
do this. Might have put it here. All right. I'm hot. Y'all ready to swim?
Yeah.
Bye,
Let's
guys.
get in the water. Yes. Now.
Here at the West Fork branch of
Check
the
this
Little
place
River,
out, y'all.
I'm going to attempt a quick scamper along to show you some of the anomalies that you encounter here along this waterway. The girls and I have set up a little makeshift
Not only is
camp.
it beautiful and gorgeous, but let's just start looking at the stones and start
See that
asking
fire.
ourselves how they got there.
Isabella.
That's what I do.
Okay, so let's start by looking at these. Huge, huge, huge pieces of stone. See if you can get perspective here as we walk. Nice pieces of stone. Carrying on. Slick as, what is it, slicker than owl shit on a cat turd out here. Look at this division. Obviously accentuated by that.
Sorry.
Already we can start to see evidences of the metal on here. Look here. See the flaring in this divide here.
Jacob, what are you eating, dude? Keep watching.
Charlotte off camera playing on a beautiful sand beach. This place is stellar is what it is. All right, look up here. Big jump. Oh, hard with the phone. This.
Here. There. There you go. Yeah. That makes him happy. All right, so I can fast forward a little. We're not even at an hour and a half yet. We're good though. Sorry guys, I just love this place and I love looking at it. So I'm not sorry. Thanks for joining me, everybody.
Wood for the fire. Continue on.
There's Izzy.
Metal.
That was a sweet hammock spot, y'all.
Right there. Big sheet of it. Turn the music up, babe. We could have a soundtrack. No, wait a minute. Copyright.
All right, let's fast forward.
You see metal?
There's
See the
one rock I know is coming.
grooves.
Yeah, look at this.
That weather could not do. Now, look on the back of this giant piece. After we take a look here, these blocks.
There's
You
a
see-
tic-tac-toe board coming up.
Metal. See, it's like a debris field. All different flat bits, square bits, rounded bits with the grooving. There.
It's smooth.
There.
It's not like, I don't know how well this shows up here, guys, but
All the way up
you
from the
saw there. Okay, it's not like chisel, right? It's smooth. Let's back that up and see if we can, because every time you're seeing these grooves, this is important to keep in mind.
metal. See, it's like a debris field. All different flat bits, square bits, rounded bits with the grooving.
See, when I go in there, look at this. Now that's moss.
There.
Right? That's not chipping.
There.
And then that's this concrete-like material.
All the way up from the water. Now I want to show you these anomalies. Hear me whispering again? It's something about this place. Look here on this rock. Swirling from the metal.
Got hot.
If you follow me right up here, you can see that exhibited on the back of this piece of rock. And what Charlotte said looks like tic-tac-toe board. There it is.
Here's Charlotte getting ready. We're just going to use her as our timer.
It's the metal, right?
All right, look at this thing.
See?
I mean,
These
they're
grooves
the
with metal in
same
here,
size. The
and these
squares.
seams. That's where this metal's coming out.
I mean, what is that? What is that? How do you not, how does your curiosity not go, I have some questions, sir. Ding, 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 ding. Right? That's this whole place to me. Something happened.
And it's all with the layered quartz pebbles.
Let's fast forward.
Massive chunk.
Because I might squeeze in looking at one more.
More of the same pattern that we see here.
What is it? What is
You see
that?
echoed here.
Look at how
More up
big
and down
those
lines.
lines are,
Look,
y'all.
when you get in here, guys, you see
Look at that
these
perfect
seams?
seam.
This metal coming out. Same exhibited here. See, this metal's in these seams. Look at that. High heat.
My exuberance is because I don't understand how people don't have
And the metal
questions.
splatters.
My exuberance is not that everybody must
It's
go
what it looks
along
like. You know what I'm saying?
with screwdriver tuning and my assessment, right? But it's that your curiosity, guys, is so important. It's so very important. And this place just lights mine up like a Roman candle. Roman candle? That's a pretty shitty illusion, isn't it?
Drill holes on it, right? And then I come up here and I start seeing this, and there is no other narrative to fit what we see.
Look at how big that piece is. It's just, these are the things to take note. As if we look at another video here in a second, I think we're gonna, just to continue to give you the scope of everywhere I go.
Same.
It's weird shit up there.
Same.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute
fact
it.
that you
and
see
I
this
have
for
to
miles
holler
and
for
miles,
Charlotte. She's
right?
not answering
Up
her
here
phone.
on the west fork of the Little River, where before the Little River, it meets and it joins, it gets big, it forms Little River Canyon around DeSoto Falls, right? Around Little River Falls. It's this entire landscape, wherever you are. If you're watching a single video, I cannot stress enough that just watch another video. Watch another video, and you will see that it's everywhere, within a 30 square mile radius, easy on the southernmost point of Lookout Mountain, which then heads all the way up into Tennessee towards Chattanooga. So I came back to the fire, and Charlotte has found worms so that she can get over here and do some fishing. And she was adding firewood to the fire as well. So I've got to go get them some snacks. But when you go feeling around in these rocks down here, you do find the strangest things. You hear that? All right, this dad has got to head back to the room and get some snacks for these two. Thanks for watching, guys.
So close, though.
Don't know.
unmuted. Oh no. How long has that been going on? Oh crap. All right. Well, I'll start the story over again then. Okay, thanks. Sarah. Okay, so I was telling a story. All right. No, there's 20 new messages. Oh my goodness. No one can hear. Sorry, guys. Okay. That's why I need a producer. I was all into the story. Okay, you're gonna get the quick version this time. Okay. Take two. Thank you for sticking through with me. How long did that happen? There's 5 minutes, 3 minutes. There's 3 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, okay, okay. 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking with me. I was in recovery at the Warrior Recovery Facility in Warrior, Alabama, right? It is just north of Birmingham, Alabama. It is in country like you've seen in these videos, okay? Now, the butterflies were our key in, okay? Sorry for glancing the mute button there. Thank you, Sarah. Love you. That's why she's running PR. Saving the ship. So I'm at Warrior, and the gentleman that runs the outdoor recreation sort of side of things at this recovery facility, and at this facility, everything was broken into. You know how we were talking about native longhouses earlier? Okay, well that's kind of like what you're in, right? There are these big buildings or small buildings. You can almost call them like chalets, but they have a giant sort of two-story, open air common area, a little kitchen, and then a little room off to the side, and then all these apartments, off of it, with maybe at most 20 people, right? But more like, 10 to 15 per longhouse is what we're talking about, right? Okay. Now, in this is a beautiful setting. It's in like the setting in like these videos, just look at a map for Warrior, Alabama. It's right near Rickwood Caverns, which is a very, very curious place I got to get to see. Okay, so I'm at Warrior. Recovering, went there for I couldn't stop drinking. It's what you do. So I put myself there. Right. The gentleman that ran the recreation side of things was an old dude, been there forever. And anytime you asked him how long he'd been sober, he'd say since I woke up. Like nobody knew. It was like lore. Anyway, this butterfly story that he exhibits what I call shamanic traits, right? That's the reason I use this word. Somebody that walks with spirit, both, and material equally, right? To me, that is the ideal model of human being, right? It's what we are designed to do. It's why we're here. It's why we are spirit in material form, right? Is because we are here to embrace each and walk with both, right? So this gentleman exhibited those qualities, and how he did that was our first time coming out with him. At first they come into the sort of chalet, the longhouse or whatever, and you're playing all these team building games the first time you're meeting with him and his assistant, and then of course physical exercise, is part of this, right? He's running the basketball games, and you're getting an hour breaks every day, and you get to go play, and he's sort of in charge of rustling all that up. But when he's doing his thing and meeting with you, he'll take you out to the woods. And there's all these, giant seesaws that like 20 people can sit on wood. And, you play these balancing games and team building exercises, right? And trails and stuff. And he exhibits this shamanic quality I'm talking about by when you get there. The first time you go out with him, he does it every time, but the first time is where the story's going. And he says, before you even start, and it's everybody looking at him, he's got the whole group out there. And he gets a chair and says, sit down. He said, I got to listen to my woods. I got to hear what we're going to do today. And he'd sit there until it became obvious that something that he felt was not from him, so that he wasn't putting him onto it, right? Doing his job of being guided. You'd get up and go. So this first day we do and go over to this pavilion. And we're all in a circle, and he's doing his one-on-one thing, just first starting to hone in. He was excellent at that. Nick Saban from the University of Alabama would send him dudes, because he was that's what he was going to do, is zone in on you. So he's doing that with a couple of young ladies. One of them whose DOC drug of choice was heroin, right? And she notes on someone passing recently, and that sort of gets him on remembering someone who had passed from heroin, and then someone else in the circle, brings up to him someone he had known through coming through the system there at Warrior, and she had passed, and so he's getting very emotional, right? Just it's just all over him. And he then takes it in order to start trying to guide it somewhere, to start speaking himself. He starts telling a story about a gentleman who had killed his daughter accidentally in an alcoholic crash. She was in the car, right? And I don't know any father out there that could. I can't even hardly think about it now without getting emotional. And to try to imagine a father trying to rebuild his life after in an alcoholic stupor, he had his kid in the car and the kid died, right, in the accident. I can't imagine a father rebuilding his life after that. But that's what this guy was doing, working with the gentleman who was running this recreation program, and he was being successful. He was being successful. And he started to tell the story about how the little girl loved butterflies, right? And then he started to tell the story about how that was a big thing with that dad and that little girl and him and that dad, because when he finally got that dad to do something we call the trust, or you may know as the trust exercise, right? Where you sort of fall back, freely with someone behind you. That's what we did in theater, you'd fall back and somebody there to catch you. Well, in some of these circles in these programs, they'll have like a little stage set up, man, where you like get up a little ways and then everybody kind of gets behind you, so it's like a group, you're trusting the group, right? Well, the guy had a problem doing that, right? And so as he does it, I forget the detail of the story of how it came to him. It was on someone's shirt, I think, but visually in his field, after he'd finally accomplished that emotional release, that comes with trusting some other people, he comes up and the first thing he sees is a butterfly, and he starts crying and bawling, in this guy's retelling of it. Well, now let's back to the current moment when I'm in the rotunda with this guy outside and he's telling us this story. No less than 15 to 18 butterflies, y'all, swoop in and just start circling. As we're in a pavilion, right? Open air on the sides, and just circling around the outside and swooping in and out. And every single one of us there couldn't do anything but cry and have chills and goosebumps and be dumbfounded for 10 minutes, at the presence, that was visiting us there. All, exceptionally healing, right? Exceptionally, it certainly put me well on my way, to where you guys see me now, as just being a part of that and witnessing that and seeing these realities at play, and responding to humans who were trying to seek God. That is the point there of the recovery, right? The 12 steps are 12 steps to a spiritual awakening. For those of you that didn't know, it's not just a way to quit drinking or drugs. The cure is a soul cure, right? It is a guided method to a spiritual awakening for conscious contact with your higher power, i.e. Creator, right? Okay, so we're clear. So when you are there seeking that and it responds to you in such a visceral manner, well, then let me tell you, you were just well on your damn way to leaning heavily into that, because that's what the methodology then requires of you, right? Is to put all of your understanding, lean everything. You don't move or make decisions until you have gone through the steps necessary to attain this spiritual connection, and then maintain it and simply live by it one day at a time, right? And by seeing it there and it being so real, I had firm foundation, right? Because I need to experience it, right? That's obviously how a lot of us get in the problems we get into when it comes to these to drinking or whatever, you know, your particular thing that you get stuck on is. It could be money, it could be power, it could be chocolate. I don't know. You know. What are you? No, you cannot. He doesn't like DeSoto either. Dude, you can't eat that. You can't eat that. But I had a firm foundation set at that point for then God to yank me off, you know, on the path that would lead me here in front of you guys, talking to you now and sharing these stories. And I am so very, very sorry that I told 5 minutes of it on mute. And I'm so very true seer. What's up, bro? I'm so very grateful for everyone. Thank you, Amy. Look at all you guys. Thank you. I'm back. And we're back talking. I'm so sorry. Let me look at you guys for a second. Okay, thank you, everybody. All right, so we're back called up. Yeah, and we're pushing 2 hours, so maybe I won't go back. I needed to tell that story because I said I would. I did say I'd look at one more video. Look, I've got 10 minutes before 2 hour mark, so if anybody's interested, I'm gonna look at, because I want to, a few more cool rocks. Okay, and then we'll say goodbye because I won't be seeing you again until Saturday at 1 p.m. I am scheduled with Dave's Multiverse. I'm not going to say who, but y'all know her. I haven't met her yet. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Okay, so let's get back to my channel. And Antediluvian Alabama. Under my playlists on my channel, I've got several playlists, other shows I'm on, all that stuff. Let's get our share function going, and let's finish this bad boy out with a big rock bang. Shaman 711 YouTube. There we go. Okay. So here under my playlist, you'll find this show, Finding Things Within and Without. YouTube sort of automatically clicks it over into a YouTube playlist. I mean, a podcast playlist. Different interviews and presentations I have done. There's old Dan himself. And, of course, other shows. I link here just so you can see what all we're up to. I need to update this, honestly. But here we are, Antediluvian, Alabama. One I want to look at, I'm going to figure out now. Let's look and see. All right, how do I maximize this? All right. No, I want to stay in North Alabama. Let's go right where we were. Let's go further over to the park. Not today. Let's start by showing everybody this. You know, when I'm showing you all this metal, I can see I've got, you know, still a good bit of people in here that aren't talking in the chat, so we may have some new viewers on all these platforms. I have showed you so far this metal, and the one I really kind of want you to see is what I start with here.
Not only that, but take note of the quartz rock, that the little pebbles that occupy every single stone I show you up there. It's these little quartz rocks trapped in some kind of a matrix. That, along with the odd-shaped stones, the evidence of high heat from the melting of the metal and the stone, the evidence of high energy from the blast, these stones being thrown and scattered everywhere. What you're seeing is evidence of the disaster caused by the Younger Dryas comet impact event. Airbursts, right? We don't need a crater. Airbursts coming in, boom, boom, like in Tunguska. Tons of them, maybe over 1,000 years, blowing everything and melting much of it to the shape that you now see as we showcase here in Antediluvian, Alabama, as we take part in this process of finding things
Within and without. Now, this is what we want to look at.
and
So this perfectly symmetrical circular deposit is what I'm going to show you in this video. But I also just hope this is a video where you get a good look from the top, and if not, I might pull it up. So I showed you here, let me tell you where we are. So the last video, we were up on the west fork of the Little River. Now we're down towards DeSoto Falls, and that's happening where the the Little River itself is beginning, and the canyon is starting, heading on down towards Little River Falls. Okay, so we're down south where we were.
Logan, it's kind of muddy.
But look at the big stones.
Come on, we got actual caves up here. All right, look, here we are at the beginning. Look at these piles, guys. Now, this pile I showed you last time. Let's take a little bit of a closer look here. These holes.
See how smooth
Yeah, for sure.
those grooves are? Same.
All right. Yeah, and you see all of the quartz.
Yeah, now that's
Now, this
good
is a
shot.
pile, you know, and
So when I tell you these rocks have lots of little quartz pebbles in them.
here you'll remember the divot from our last video. Metal. Metal. This large divot. And again, this grooving here, you cannot explain with water. You can't. It's on the side. See all the metal there on this block. And guys, this up in here, let me get underneath all this brush and bramble. You know, this is certainly not water.
Questions.
Let me,
That's all
let me
we're
give you
after.
Perspective here, right? Then you see all the metal up there in the divot. Look at the grooving on all these pieces.
Look at that
On
line
the
on that one,
underside.
man.
On the underside.
I know it's redundant, but look at it. It's mostly all I have.
Oh, look, there's some metal right there.
All right, that's again. Look at the little tiny freckles all over this thing. It looks like it's got measles. All right.
There's some metal.
Okay, those are quartz pebbles. All those little measle-looking bumps. The rock has acne, and it's because it's concrete. Like,
That is the pile up there
that I was just
that I was
under.
just filming.
Now look at this big triangular bastard.
The circular holes all over these giant pieces of rock. Same makeup as the rest. See all the quartz?
Now that okay, see? Again, look how big this piece of rock is. You saw how big the little piece I was just showing you was. You see the quartz in both, yes? Yes.
Is the pile up there that I was just filming. The circular holes all over these giant pieces of rock. Same makeup as the rest. See all the
Okay. Quartz, 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 quartz. See? It's all these little pebbles throughout. This entire landscape, every piece of stone is like that. Okay. That to me is a big question. Big question.
quartz. Divides here. Looks suspiciously as though it fell off from this piece where these nodules are at. You can see right there. As we come around this giant piece, it seems to come from
Look
there
how big that dude is.
is where we'll find our
Right,
circular
and here
metal
comes the
deposit.
circle.
Again,
But look at the stuff
Look at the
around
rubble.
it. Look at
There's
it's
the
just
circular metal
giant piles
deposit.
of megalithic sized stone. What is it doing there, everybody? And why is it filled with quartz pebbles?
look at
These
the
things
size
are
of these pieces.
Look at it. Just look at it. That's all I got.
From up there. Metal.
There, that's better. Sorry, guys. You can't see all the screens. And here's our circular metal deposit.
A circular
Get back to where I can
metal
control.
deposit.
Okay, so you guys can see, you seem to have a middle divot point, and then you have concentric, right, circles moving out. That it looks like a drill bit to me, but there's more to the story because there's more of these. So when I say drill bit, don't confuse me. I didn't say it is a drill bit, right? I used to do construction. I said it looks like just like a hole saw, right? A drill bit. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. I had a geologist tell me that I showed him this picture, and he told me it could happen. It was extremely rare, but it could happen naturally. And I asked him for pictures, and I didn't get any that looked anything like this. And after he told me it was extremely rare, but it could, I showed him the rest of this video and asked him if it could happen 3 times in separate pieces of stone in the same exact geolocation. He blocked me.
You can see the quartz rocks and some perspective.
And I'm standing
Behind me.
above it. I'm on a big stone there.
Let's look at all this
I
rubble.
Get closer in a sec.
Oh, look at this piece.
It does look like measles, though, doesn't it,
Look
sir?
at the blocked nature of this break.
See, all over it. Look,
Rounds
measles.
right there.
White little measles.
Look, all kinds of this metal down
Chicken
here.
pocky.
Metal.
And wherever you see the heat in the metal, you'll see more of the measles. They're exposed. It's not smooth finish like concrete is. Look at all the grooves all over every piece of this.
Look at this piece up here by itself on top of this much larger slab.
Okay, and so this is, right there in front of
There's
it.
your metal deposit. The other circular hole.
Giant triangular hunk.
Climbing down the hill now.
Now, this
That's
is where
the-
it gets fun.
Cliffside that all the pieces
There's
fell off
more.
on, that the circular deposit is on.
Much more.
And just climbing down, looking at these rocks.
Look at that one. Ooh, that one's
This
really
little
sick.
sucker,
There's
see?
measles
It's a
everywhere on
break.
that one. Have you had your vaccine, sir?
These little guys,
That rock smells
all
vaccinated
these
to
lines
me.
flowing this way on this rock.
I'm going to shut up for a minute because I like hearing the birds.
That piece on top of the rest.
Look at this. What is this thing? What? Just all by
Metal in
itself,
there.
all melty and looking. Perfect cross seam of metal. Just nubbing, man. Just hanging out and nubbing. You see the groove. You hear the measles. I'm dragging along the quartz.
Oh, look at that break. All right, getting dense. You can hear the water flows way up. And it's probably time to start heading back uphill.
Okay, we might. Play
But
some
it's just
music here.
pieces, as you can well see.
So I'm excited, everybody. My nephew Blake, who is helping me make the trip to Bottle Creek Mounds that we started this whole thing with. It's his boat and all this good jazz, and he lives down there. He's kept it very secret, but he's been working on an album, and he sent me. I was supposed to be helping my friend move today, but we're pushing it till tomorrow. And so he sent me his music, you know, to keep it secret, but to listen to in the car. And I asked him, I was like, "Well, hey man, did you mind if I just play them?" So I'm gonna send one to myself because he said I could. And we're gonna probably go out with some music that I can't get copyrighted on. So let me see. How can I? Where am I here? Okay, I think I can copy, and drop them in X to myself. And I'm gonna let this keep playing, and then I'm gonna have some original music for us. Okay? He's making an album in studio and all that jazz.
All right, let's careen our way back up to where we left Logan at the circular metal deposit.
This is where I discovered the second one here.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to stop the video here and do it its own. We found a second circular metal deposit. This is a third, actually.
Okay, let me see how I can find this.
See the metal?
Let's see.
See the circles
I need to open my app.
continuing all the way around, just as up in there. Just as up at the other side.
So there's a second one, guys. Concentric
Okay,
circles.
now I need a natural explanation for two of these. Three of them, because we found one that didn't have too much metal in it.
Where are my texts?
But this one counts. Okay, so here we are at the second metal deposit. I was tracing the rocks, the boulders here, as you can see, on my way down the hill from the original circular metal deposit. And without a doubt, I was coming down here for a reason, because at the bottom of this much smaller rock,
Emailing to myself.
there's yet another one.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Now, the first circular metal deposit is right here on the side of this rock. Dude, I found another one right there on that boulder you see right behind me. Head down there. I need to go snap a picture as soon as I get footage hiking from one to the other. Okay. Now here we are at the original circular metal deposit. And if you want to see,
Okay.
I call the third.
Got our music. Got it.
What rock was that one on, bro?
Got it.
Oh, here. See, this one's much fainter.
Yay.
Right.
Producer figured it out.
So I wasn't counting this one,
All right, back to this.
but
How's
the
it going in
one
chat?
right down there definitely deserves a count. I guess technically this one does.
Okay, so I'm going to mute it, and let's pop back to chat, and we'll keep looking at this for a second just because I love it, but I wanted to handle getting the music emailed to myself, and we're going to check out my nephew's songs because I love music, and I can't use it on here, and that's a bummer, and now I've got a musician in the family, so the shit better be good, bro, okay? I'm telling you, don't get my hopes up. Yeah, true, blocked because, yeah, still blocked. He hadn't blocked me for a while. And then block me again. I don't know. I don't understand these people, bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good point here, Screwdriver. So we continue to look at this, and let's hang out for another minute, and then I'm going to wait for this email to come through, and we're going to go out with some music. Let me get back to my volume here.
metal. See here, it's black, rusted.
So this is again just the area all around where the circular metal deposit is, and you guys can go find this video.
Right. So I
It's
just came all the way down
30
the hill
minutes of
from
me
those
doing
3 things.
what I proposed that we could do together. You know, Sarah said, hey, I should start offering tours. Well, I think we can offer tours and discovery trips, because as you see in this video, I just keep going, and everywhere you go is more of this stuff. These oddities that beg questions, that engage your curiosity, that awaken things within inside you, and being there is how that happens.
So
The
I'm going to
rocks
go
talk.
rescue Logan from that 3rd metal deposit and go down and see if we can get some shots of the waterfall today. You good, man? I'm heading back up. Oh, look, there's another circle over there.
All right.
Right over here.
Just because I like to look at it, the waterfall, and we're going to get some music going here, guys, and we'll let this play on mute.
Metal.
Let's mute it. And let me pull up some music. Okay, minimize you, and you stay there. Bravo. Open this tab. And that came through. Okay, seeing red or so cold. Is that what you said, bro? That's what you said. Okay, do so cold and seeing red. All right, here we go. Open. Maybe not, man. I might have to play it on the phone. I can play it on the phone. Oh, here it comes. Okay, had to download. Okay, and get so cold in there, please. Okay, cool. Okay, open. Right. Okay, pause. How come I'm not hearing you? All right, so we're going to end this. We're going to come back, and we're going to find out why I'm not hearing this music. Yeah, we're going to do the phone, guys. Where's my output? Is that what's going on here? Mute, volume all the way. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, pause. All right, and let me come back to you guys. Share window media player. Okay, I think we found our theme song. Thanks, Blake. And for the record, this is original music, non copyrighted, written, performed by my nephew, Blake. Talking with Blake. Okay, dude, that was fucking perfect. That was brilliant, Blake. And he has just okayed using any of it for theme songs. So there you go. Sarah, you were going to guide me on using AI to write some music inside of Riverside, but it looks like God and my nephew just handled that for us. Oh, he's going to write an intro song. Okay, fucking do it, dude. I'm going to listen to one more of your songs right now with these guys. Oh, all right. So what does Chad say? It was, wasn't it? Wasn't that quite a spiritual moment there? Thanks, Moss. That was something there. Yeah, thanks everybody. I'm glad no music on your end. Oh no. All right. See you guys. But here, Blake, you got to hear this. I'm sorry. I don't know why the music wasn't coming on y'all's end. Look, I'm going to do it this way. Tell me if you've got sound now. If you're still there, this has been an audio issue show. You see, producers willing to work like me for free.
Sometimes it feels as if I'm moving backwards. How did it even happen? How do we break this pattern? Mom and pops, how'd y'all let this happen? Responsibilities of a man. His family's destiny is in his hands. So I formulated a plan. Started a business, I'm just trying to get some bands. I put this shit up on my back and I marched to the promised land. To get rich would be a constellation. The real prize is the destination. Knowing the journey is hard, but I really paved it. In stone, my story, I'm engraving. I'm on my knees, and I'm begging you, God, please save me from myself. Lord, I need your help. I can't see, and Lord, I pray you got my feet to where they need to go. Through this world that is so cold. God bless me with 2 daughters. I promise to them girls to always be a real father and be firm when I gotta, but still be there to help them through all of their problems. I promise you girls that daddy's always here to solve them. It's a real touchy subject. Sometimes it makes me upset just watching them grow and wishing I could go back, but I can't, and I know that. So I provide the opportunity they need so they can pursue their dreams.
That's 2 shows now I'm crying. I told you I wasn't going to cry this one. Thanks, Blake.
Destiny, it starts with just planting a seed, and in that seed it blossoms to a dream. But turning a dream to reality takes some action. You'll never get real results if you always slacking. That's why you never gonna catch me lacking, and I'll be damned if I ever let them get a fraction of what I worked so hard to get. Never took a handout, and I don't know nobody's shit. I'm on my knees.
That's a shit.
And I'm begging you, God, please save me from myself. Lord, I need your help.
I got you, screwdriver.
Can't see. And Lord, I pray you got my feet to where they need to go. Through this world that is so cold.
Okay, now y'all see what my moment was about, right? 2 daughters, and boy, it's been a week. It's been a week, y'all. We went to the city council meeting and all that stuff last night. You know, it's been a week, man. But boy, that was emotional. Thank you, Blake. Y'all want to do one more? I might as well, because he's got one more that he said I could share. Okay, so we'll look at that. So that's called So Cold. Yeah, Blake, everybody's wanting a copy. So he's got an album together. So let's see Seeing Red. Uh-oh.
I live in the palm of your hands. All of these moments that we spent together, I'm hoping that it's gonna change your mind. Baby,
Okay, Blake, I think you passed. I'll take that accidental pause and we'll wrap this bad boy up because we need to tend to some admin. We've got some people that need to get in Discord. Okay, so Alaska Grand, find Shaman 7-Eleven. Look, I'll show you guys. Here's, and I'll send you an invite. Catman is gone, so he dropped an invite if you scroll all the way up. But if you find me, let's see, there's me. Yeah. So I'm Shaman 7-Eleven. Can you see that? Does that work? That doesn't work. Yeah. Shaman 7-Eleven with a little dragon, just like on X, right? Okay. Find me and I'll shoot you an invite. But it is the Institute for Natural Philosophy Discord channel. And we'd love to have you. We've got areas for research, areas for pictures, areas for human health, areas for psyops and current events, and just areas for hanging out and bullshitting, areas for spiritual talk, all of those good things. And we're all over there. Sarah, Jacqueline, Ricardo, everybody involved with the Institute of Natural Philosophy, come see us at our home base, guys, okay? So Screwdriver, same thing. If you can, I will get these tracks. I bet he's going to let me put them on Discord because we're definitely employing them here in the show. So there's a whole album. There's 10 or 12 songs. And those were just 2 of them. Brilliant, brilliant work, Blake. I'm impressed you've been keeping this from everybody for so long. That's incredible, dude. Truly is. And I'd be honored to not only use that music, but to have you write something for me, bro. Okay, did that seed to everybody on Discord? What are we saying here? Would love to have this song, of course. Yeah. Get over there in Discord. I'll get him to give me permission to share some of them. He's got a couple of them, like those were fully then produced through, and he said the rest of them, may not be fully produced through, so he kind of wants to go in order with that, but I'm sure we'll be hearing some of that music here on the show. Maybe Sarah can guide me through how to load it in Riverside. And we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes. So this is probably my only episode for the week. That's why I went ahead and just sort of went with hanging out. We saw ourselves through some terrible audio issues. My gosh, we probably had 10 whole minutes there where you guys were just not hearing a thing. And I can't tell you what it does for me that you stuck through it and that you called to alert me and that you're all here for me. It's really, really impressive is what it is, my friends. And I'm honored by it, and I love each and every one of you, and I hope you have had a wonderful week. If not wonderful, I hope you have at least learned something each day, and I'm going to be back at it in the real world tomorrow. Have much work to do and things to move and get people on the roads and places they need to be. And then I will be back for a podcasting marathon with Dave from Dave's Multiverse. I'm going to wingman on an interview Saturday and Sunday with him. We'll have our roundtable Saturday night. And tomorrow night or Sunday night, Ricardo and I, Ricardo Calvario from the Institute of Natural Philosophy, El Presidente, we will continue our series reading the DeSoto Chronicles and learning what we can from those firsthand accounts of the people who were the first people to see the natives of this area. So, until then, I think I've given you all I've got. I even cried, and I promised you I wouldn't. So that's going to become a regular feature. It's Bigfoot in Tears, everybody. Yeah, and that's Blake just backing up. It's 100% cool me sharing. It better be now, man. All right, everybody. So I will see you all over the place this weekend. And everybody, please have an excellent Friday. It's flooding here. If it's storming where you are, stay safe. And if you like creeks, well, then after finding stuff, now's the time. Right after the rain, go out there and see what you can get. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Think long, think wrong, and remember that our best future requires the truth of our past. See you soon, everybody.